South African lakes and dams are home to magnificent birds. Some birds ride cattle, some have specialized beaks, and some are colorful. There's also vicious birds and small birds eating big fish. They're all here. We just have to open our eyes. So let's have a look at some of them. The most common and widespread kingfisher is the pied kingfisher. They can be found in groups close to water, from South Africa to Asia and even in the Middle East. Their main source of food is fish. A small fish requires little effort to eat and can even be swallowed while flying. But a big fish requires more work. Listen to her bash this poor fish. The first step is to make sure that the fish is deceased. After that, she will bash it into a pulp. Literally a pulp. Look at that skill. Although this makes it easier to swallow, it still takes some time. While we wait, let's talk about why this is a female. Females have a single black broken line on their chest, whereas the males have another ring below it. This is known as sexual dimorphism. They love having a bath after eating a messy meal. They are the only kingfishers that can hover. Just a clean one. At Dam, 50 kilometers to the east, a lake has appeared in farmlands after heavy rainfall. Here, a group of cattle egret live up to their name. There's a hint in their Latin name, Spoonbilll Ibis. They ride cows. Spoonbilll being Latin for herdsman. The egret will remove ticks and fleas from the cattle. By consuming the creatures, this benefits both species. When foraging with cattle, they are 3 times more successful in capturing prey. About a kilometer away is a bird with a very special bill. The African spoonbill has a strange but perfectly adapted bill. They will swing their open bill from side to side looking for food. Although they are not born with spoon-shaped bills, but rather a short beak that develops into a spoon-like shape. By the time the chick is ready to leave the nest, their bill will have its iconic shape. Some birds are considered as sacred. The ancient Egyptians believed that the sacred ibis is the human embodiment of Thoth, the god of wisdom, that has the head of an ibis. Sadly, this meant that these birds were used as sacrifices. Thousands of mummified birds were buried in ancient catacombs each year. It's estimated that ancient Egyptians mummified 8 million birds. Sacred ibis are now extinct in Egypt. I wonder why. Back at the bird hide, a pair of Egyptian geese are blissfully unaware of the danger close by. Another male wants this spot for himself. These shell ducks are aggressively territorial. With kicking of feet and jabbing of wings. The fight moves further into the water, gripping each other's necks to avoid their head ending up underwater. At last, the resident male managed to force the intruder underwater. A few warning charges later, and it's all over. Bruised but victorious, the couple returned to their throne, ruling with an iron beak. These two will be paired for life. The very next day, the pair had to concede defeat after a cormorant claimed their spot for himself. I guess you have to pick your battles, as a cormorant beak can do some serious damage. As soon as they left, the kingdom was theirs again. There's commotion back at Dam. Flamingos are on the move. In South Africa, we find two species of flamingo: the lesser flamingo and the greater flamingo. The main difference being the huge size difference between the two. From afar, the difference in color becomes obvious. The lesser flamingo is the smallest living flamingo. They have more pink feathers than the greater flamingo, as well as a darker bill. The largest living flamingo is the greater flamingo. They are much lighter in color with only black tips on their bills. These two species are often found together. In ancient Roman times, flamingo tongue was considered a delicacy. But their biggest threat currently is the destruction of their breeding grounds. Pollution, developments, and heavy metal poisoning destroy their breeding grounds. As a result, the lesser flamingo is classified as near threatened. I always love looking at the paths that the birds leave behind at the hide. They will also use some of the grasses to create nests. They will be extremely protective over these spots. Although they don't fly, instead, well, these birds are omnivores and will even eat other water birds' eggs. Anyone want to give this bird a hand? If you stay long enough, you might see something amazing. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. There's also an Afrikaans version. If you're Afrikaans, same video, just in Afrikaans. Thank you.